Welcome to Developing Timekeeping, Lesson Module 1. This is the discussion over downbeats and subdivisions and the development of solid timekeeping on the drum kit. So when I think about keeping solid time, and this is not just on the drum set, even just one surface, even just a snare drum or whatever instrument you choose, and on a drum set, which then adds the added issue of using multiple limbs. Now when you use multiple limbs, there's independence problems. Like this arm is saying, I don't want to do that right now. Or whatever, your leg is going, we haven't done this enough, I'm slowing down. So all of those little issues come into play during your timekeeping as well. But for now, we're going to talk about what the fundamental is of developing great timekeeping, period. If it's just on a snare drum for a snare drum marching thing, all the way through to four-limb independence on a drum set. The primary concept involves two pieces of timekeeping. The first is the downbeat. The downbeat is what we dance to, the feel of music, the feel of timekeeping. It's a reference to the meter that we're playing in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So there's 4 downbeats in a measure, or 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Also, it's a reference to the speed at which we're playing, which is the beats per minute. So if it's 100 beats per minute, there's 100 downbeats in 1 minute. And the problem for me that I've seen over the years is that a lot of players and a lot of teachers only reference the downbeat. They've taught with a metronome, because the metronome usually is just playing the downbeat, click, 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 1, 2, 3, 4. And the problem is, one of the main principles of keeping time, and I've always explained this in clinics and to students, is the control of the space between the downbeats. My 5-year-old daughter can walk up and play a note on the drums. What she can't do is control the proper amount of space between the notes to set a bed of time in motion or a pulse in motion. So the space between is really the key. I'm going to give you an example. I'm going to play and demonstrate just playing with a quarter note click, and this is what a lot of guys would do. First I'm going to play it correct, and then I'm going to play what I think a lot of people sound like, and you may be familiar with this sound, or you know someone that sounds like this, and then I'll straighten it back out again. And we'll discuss how we're going to fix this issue, because I think this issue is what really stands out in a lot of guys playing. So here's a demonstration of correcting and what sounds incorrect in just playing with a downbeat click. One, 2, 1, 2, 3, and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. Now this is what might happen. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now it's corrected. 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4. Now what you hear there is that I'm basically playing the same beat, and it's not really fallen to pieces. It's not going off the rails, as we say. It's not like my timekeeping went from 95 beats a minute to 105 or 115 and then down to 80, and then it wasn't anything like that. I basically was staying at 95 BPM, but I'm weaving. It's just this unstable feeling of this weave like this that's going on, and that can happen through a fill. A lot of times we'll be playing the time and then go to a fill, and we rushed the fill, we rushed the spacing was too close. Then we realize, oh man, I'm too far ahead here to get to this one correctly, so you would readjust, and in that whole thing is this weave. The band feels it, the people listening feel it, the people on the dance floor definitely feel it. And what will happen is it just doesn't sit in the pocket. So when you guys go, oh, and that's in the pocket. That's really the pocket. That means that there's none of those moments where it gets unstable. How do we fix it? The second part of keeping time is the key, subdivisions. Subdivisions are the ability to break up the space between those downbeats. Like I said, controlling the space is the key. You can subdivide that space into 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 9, 8, many different ways to subdivide that space. We'll take some of the most basic ones to look at here, which is 2 and 4. Just breaking it into 2 parts will fix that beat that I just played. I take a metronome. You need to have a Yamaha click station, a Boss Dr. Beat, a Rhythm Tamawatch, something that will subdivide those clicks, not just a regular metronome, 1, 2, 3, and 4, but a subdividing metronome. Put on whatever subdivision is primary to what you're playing, is the foundation for what beat you're working on. For instance, what I just played was 1/8 notes. So I'm going to put an 1/8 note click, like that. And I'm going to lock in every note that I'm playing then with that click that you're hearing. And so let me demonstrate doing that. I'm just going to play that same beat, and it's locked in now with a subdivided click. Okay? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. One of the things you'll notice is that even in that little demonstration, I'm making sure that, like when my hi-hat closes, that the foot chick sound after the close is coming down with a click. That the ghost notes here, the sustained notes that are longer, when I come back in, they're exactly in on the click. Everything is lining up exactly with the click. So in the beginning, not that we're going to play like this all the time or we'll sound like a robot, but in the beginning, we want to really solidify everything we're doing. As you'll notice with that last demonstration, there's no weaving because it's telling me exactly where all that spacing is. The real trick with this is that we need to be able to do this with every subdivision, triplets, 16th notes, everything that we do. You should have the subdividing click going, focused on strong, consistent downbeats, and that every subdivision in between them is perfectly lined up and syncing together with what you're playing. So as our final discussion of this, or demonstration I guess, I just want to show you how I would put on a 16th note click and play everything that I'm doing. I'm just going to demonstrate playing everything that I'm doing with a 16th note click really quick. Now watch for the ghost notes and the hi-hats, foots, and everything. 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E. I'm focused on making sure every single thing that I do is locking in with that pulse. So as my final performance of this, I just want to show you how to move around the kit and how I would be practicing with a subdivided metronome. Now, look for the foundation of what you're doing, triplets, 8th notes, 16th notes, and everything that you should be practicing through all these lesson modules, everything you should be using a subdivided click, especially in the beginning, to really lock it in and get it solid. Okay, so here's an example of moving around the kit. I'll perform that with a 16th note subdivided click. 1, 2E and a 3E and a 4E.